This is the most hyped foundation of 2023. Let's try it. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are finally going to be reviewing the extremely viral, extremely popular Haus Labs foundation. Every single person honestly is raving on about this. I've been on the Haus Labs website. 4.7 out of 5 stars this one is rated. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of reviews and I've trolled through a lot of them. Everybody loves this stuff. So this is meant to be a medium buildable coverage formula. It's loaded with 20 different skincare ingredients. It's a clean formula. It's meant to make your face look luminous. It's a weightless second skin finish. It honestly, everything about this sounds incredible. So what we're going to do in today's video is actually do a full in-depth review and wear test of this one on my oily skin. If you are new here to my channel, I've got a very oily skin type. I've got textured skin, I've got breakouts, I've got, everything, enlarged pores. It's all happening on my face. Will this formula still look perfect on less than perfect skin? Let's find out. So firstly, let's have a quick deep dive into the actual formula and all the claims and promises made by Haus Labs. So 20 plus skincare ingredients. It's meant to be a proprietary formula to deliver ultra comfortable long wear performance without compromising your skin. So basically it's a clean formula. All of the ingredients in this are good for your skin, non-comedogenic, not going to break you out, anything like that. Weightless serum-like texture that will seamlessly blur and smooth the skin for a natural luminous finish that wears all day. No slipping or caking. And then it says foundation has never looked or felt so good. Now this one does come in 51 shades. I have had quite a close look at the shade swatches on the website and it does look like a really, really fantastic shade range. I personally grabbed the shade 280 light medium neutral and I gotta say she's heavy. Like the bottle is very, very luxe feeling. It's very heavy. So it's frosted glass. Like I said, it's very, very heavy. And then you pull the top off and then it's like a little pump applicator up there. It has won so many awards, you guys. Like Australia Allure Best in Beauty Awards, Oprah, New York Post. Like it's just like bang, 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 all of these awards and it's all listed on their website. And interestingly, it's also made in Korea and Korean skincare and makeup is always absolutely excellent. So whenever I see something's made in Korea, I'm like, yes, I feel like my face is going to love it. But yeah, that's a bit of a deep dive into the formula. Price-wise, in Australian dollars, and I can only see the Australian version of the website. In Australian dollars, it's 70 AUD. I did purchase this directly off the Haus Labs website. And before we jump into the actual review and the application and everything, I need to talk about my experience with this. Let me reference dates for you because honestly, it has just been one of the hardest things I've gone through. It's been a nightmare. I ordered this back on the 22nd of September. This arrived in the mail yesterday. It's taken almost 3 months to get to me here in Australia, and I paid additional money for express shipping. It has been quite a thing. Now, I am the biggest Lady Gaga stan. Can I just preface this by saying that because I'm obsessed with her. I've got all her merch, all of her music. I've been to all of her concerts. Have loved and adored her for honestly like more than 15 years, like since the beginning of her career. Absolutely obsessed with her. But Lady Gaga, you need to fix up the processes in your warehouse because this was a nightmare. Somehow my order was misplaced in the warehouse, so before even being shipped out of the warehouse, on 4 separate occasions. And then according to the customer service team, 2 additional occasions, my order was lost in transit. That means my order went missing 6 times and the customer service replies were really slow. There was about 2 weeks in between every time I got an email back from them. I have just had a nightmare. Like truly, when this showed up in the mail, I was like, it's actually here. Like I had started to believe that it was just never going to arrive. Now I do know in the States you can actually purchase this from Sephora directly. I would highly recommend doing that instead of purchasing off the Haus Labs website direct. And I did have to be quite firm with them and sort of like really just like lay it down like, guys, this is absolutely not acceptable. It's so unprofessional. Where is my order? It's been 3 months. Like it was just like this whole thing. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of exactly what went down before making a purchase so that just so that you are fully informed. But that's enough of that. That was my purchasing experience. Let's actually try this formula. Okay, let's pump a little out. Ooh! So the formula is quite runny. It does have almost like a serum-like texture to it. I'm going to first try applying it with a beauty sponge. And I have already applied primer. Sorry guys, I did that off camera. I'm trying to save some time here. I used Nikkia Cosmetics matte base primer. Of course, I'm an oily skin type, so a mattifying primer is what I need. So let's start applying this on my skin. First off the bat, I gotta say, the coverage of this foundation is absolutely gorgeous. Like it is covering up redness, it is covering up discoloration, and I feel like it's really giving my skin like a smooth, kind of like blurred out texture, exactly how the foundation says that it's gonna make the skin look, kind of a thing. It's very, very lightweight. Like to get this amount of coverage and sort of, like it feels like a serum foundation. I don't hate it. I absolutely, like first impression, like straight up within 2 seconds, I don't hate it. I can feel from using this and from applying this that it's definitely a buildable texture because it is so lightweight, but honestly, one small layer of the product is more, like this is full coverage. This is definitely not a medium coverage. It's really, really beautiful on the skin. I love how it looks and I'm loving how it feels, to be honest. Hasn't dried down quite yet and it's left like sort of like a satin, like almost dewy, but not quite. Like it's a satin finish on the skin, which really is quite, like it's quite pretty. So here's my skin before the foundation. Like you can see like a little discoloration and things like that. And then here is my skin after the foundation. And it just looks really seamless. It looks really perfected. It looks really smooth. And the coverage is really nice. So I've gone in with one extra additional pump of product. Honestly, one pump is more than enough to do one side of my face and a second pump for the other. I truly think I could do my entire face with one pump because the formula, like it's such a full coverage formula. This is really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. I feel like the formula and the finish and the coverage and the overall sort of look of this product, it reminds me of the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation, which again is another foundation that's quite full coverage but is also loaded with amazing, amazing skincare ingredients. I've seen a lot of videos of Lady Gaga talking about the fact that this is infused with like fermented arnica, and I believe that's an ingredient that helps reduce redness and sort of calms and settles the skin. And here is my skin up close. It's truly gorgeous. Like I feel like it's really blurred and smoothed the skin. Everything looks really airbrushed. Everything looks really sort of like perfected, and because it does have that satin finish, it doesn't look like flat or matte or unlike real skin. Like it's still got that really nice skin sort of quality about it. Really beautiful. No real settling into my fine lines sort of on my forehead up here or around my eyes or maybe a tiny little bit here. And it doesn't actually dry down entirely on the skin. So, I mean, certainly for me as an oily skin type, I absolutely am going to have to set this with a powder. But for those of you who have dry skin, you might be able to, maybe with a setting spray, get away with this dewy finish. It really just depends. But yeah, it looks gorgeous. Like straight up, first impression, it looks absolutely beautiful. It feels really beautiful. It feels lightweight, easy to blend, very flattering. So far, I'm happy. So what I'm going to do is chuck the rest of my makeup on off camera, and then I'll come back and show you. All right, guys, so I've got the rest of my makeup on. You'll just have to excuse Brandon's actually outside mowing the lawn. So yeah, if you can hear a little bit of background noise, that is exactly what that is. With the rest of my makeup applied, this foundation still looks beautiful. Super, super lightweight on the skin. Really gorgeous, like satin matte kind of glowy finish. I still think it's doing an incredible job of minimizing my pores and my texture. And I do have to say, I have had it on my skin for probably a good hour already. I did finish up my makeup and film a couple of other videos. And it is sitting incredibly, incredibly well. Really, really happy as a first impression. Obviously, things can change very quickly depending on how my skin reacts and, as my oils come through during the day. So what we will do now is start our wear test. I'm going to do probably about 6 hours. Oh, well, I'm already an hour down. So I'll come back in 5 hours. So we'll be at the 6-hour mark and then again at the 12-hour mark to see how this is performing. But yeah, fingers crossed, because if it stays looking this good, I'm going to be really, really impressed. All right, guys, so we are back with our 6-hour check-in of this foundation. And honestly, I'm looking at my skin in the mirror. It does not look any different. Nothing has changed. I'm no oilier than I was 5 hours ago, despite the fact that I'm actually like a little bit sweaty. I mean, I might be a tiny bit oilier on the side of my nose, but it's like truly shocking. It's like, where's the oil? Where are my oils right now? Nothing has caked, nothing has settled, nothing has transferred. There's no separating like around my chin like I normally get. I cannot see any of my pores. Like I'm weirdly like looking at my face like, how how is this actually happening? It just looks so bizarrely perfect, and it still feels really, really lightweight. It's one of the things that I most look for in a foundation these days. I don't know, she's getting older. I don't want to feel like I've got heavy makeup caked on my skin. Like, I like my skin to be able to breathe, and this definitely does not feel like my skin should look like this. Like, this feels like I've got like a light tinted serum on or something. Like, you can barely feel it. It is really, really pretty. Let me zoom you in. It's just so incredibly perfected and glowy, and there are no pores. I will say that I am looking slightly glowier than I would, say, for example, if I was wearing like my KVD Good Apple or my Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum. Like, these are a lot more like mattifying formulas. But at the same time, even though I've got this like gorgeous, like glowy naturalness to the skin, it still somehow isn't caking or going gross. Like, normally, because like oily skin, like the oils come through and they break down the foundation like makeup remover. Like, literally, that is how your oils work with liquid foundations. Not at all happening. No settling, no caking, no splitting. I hate to say it, but maybe this one was worth the 3-month wait. I mean, things could change obviously in another 6 hours, but right now I am super, super, super happy with how this is looking. Really, really happy. So yeah, I'll come back tonight and we'll see what it's looking like then. All right, guys, so here is my skin after 12 hours of wear. I apologize because I do look a little tired. I do actually think that we're headed towards about 13 hours of wear at this point. I am truly shocked, stoked, baffled, blown away. Don't really know what to do with these results because I cannot believe how good this foundation is. Obviously, we've got a little bit more oil happening through the T-zone. Like, you can kind of see like on the sides of my nose here. Like, there's definitely some shine happening. I would say predominantly, like, there's not really too much shine happening on my forehead up here. Predominantly, it's like my nose, sort of on either sides of my cheeks and my chin. Everywhere else, honestly, still looks really, really good. Like, I don't... Other than sort of here and here, I wouldn't even feel the need to touch up anywhere else. I do feel like this section of my face definitely does need touching up. But as you guys know, whenever I do these foundation wear tests, I deliberately do not touch up during the day because I basically want to put the formula through the worst conditions possible. Like, say, for example, you wanted to buy this and you wanted to know what happened if you went out for a big long day and you forgot to pack your pressed powder or something and you couldn't touch up. Like you kind of want to know the worst of the worst, like how it's going to perform under the worst conditions kind of a thing. So yeah, that's what we've done today. I will touch up quickly to show you what that looks like as well, just so that we can get a really good idea of how it looks when it touches up. But I got to tell you, I am really, really, really impressed. Even with all of this oil coming through, no caking, no separating, no splitting, no transferring off of any of the foundation anywhere. Like, it's definitely gripped onto the skin really, really well. As I did mention earlier, I did use our matte base primer underneath this formula. And then I, of course, used our Velvet Finishing Powder on top. You guys should know this by now. I never use anything else. Like, these are my favorites. But truly, absolutely blown away. I'm going to zoom you in because I want you to see the most absolute up close, accurate, and possible. Even though I'm so shiny, I still feel like my texture and my pores somehow still don't look that emphasized. And normally once I get oily, normally it's like my pores look big enough to sit in. But today they honestly don't at all. I actually cannot deal with how good this is. This formula is incredible. Let's do a quick touch up to see how it goes with that. So I'm of course touching up as always using our Velvet Finishing Powder, the pressed one. And from what I can tell you guys, she's touching up perfectly. It looks freshly applied. Nothing is coming off. It's not causing any caking of that formula or anything. No transfer, no emphasizing of texture. It just looks beautiful again and freshly applied. So here's my skin before the touch up and here's my skin after. And I'll just quickly do the other side as well so I don't look completely lopsided. I am just like shocked. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed about the shopping experience. Like, it was not a good time. I was so frustrated. When the foundation finally showed up, I was genuinely shocked. Like, at this point, I was like, I'm just going to have to ask my money back. Like, this is ridiculous. And now that it's here, because it's so good, it has definitely helped ease the blow. Like, I'm no longer mad because it's so good. So I think we can say fairly confidently, you guys, the Haus Labs foundation, the official name of it is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I really, 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 really like this. This formula performs incredibly well. Very, very quick and easy to apply. They call it a medium buildable, but it's quite a full coverage foundation. So bear that in mind. I will wear it again tomorrow, but a little bit more sheared out, and I'll let you guys know, I'll update you on how that goes. And I'll obviously keep testing it with different primers and different, other foundations and products and powders and everything, just so that we can get a really good idea of how it performs with products that don't perform as well as these on oily skin. But it's just brilliant. I love the packaging. I love the shade range. I love the formula. I love how lightweight it is on the skin. I love how blurring it is on the skin and how perfected it makes you look. I love how well it holds up when my oils come through. And I do feel like it's quite like a good mattifying, oil controlling formula. And that's probably because it's got all of those skincare, like 20 skincare ingredients in this. And when your skin is hydrated, like I've said a million times, when your skin's hydrated, it doesn't feel the need to produce as much oil. So that's probably what's going on here. I love, love, love this. Big thumbs up. But yeah, if you can, maybe try purchasing off the Sephora website so that you don't have the mess around that I had. But that is it for today's video, guys. If you've got any other questions at all about this formula, please be sure to pop them in the comments down below. I did also pick up with this order the matching foundation, the matching concealer. This is the Triclone Skin Tech Concealer. This has also gone crazy viral, so I will be testing this as well and letting you know my thoughts. But if there are any other foundations that you want to see a review of, be sure to let me know. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to do. Let me know all of that in the comments. But I love you guys heaps. I hope that this video was helpful. If you've been looking for an oily skin specific review, I hope that it helped. But yes, I love you guys heaps. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you all in my next video.